Hello and welcome to this thingamabob where I start a project and hopefully continue that project in 25-minute stints in front of you and hopefully learn something or enjoy something. I'm trying to make it in the spirit of like study with me's as your sort of like study buddy, doing work with you. Here's me with when I was fitter. And anyway, that's just me practicing a title screen. Desktop. Oh, there we go. So yeah, let's get started. I'm doing a project in React, and I suppose we'll use Create React App to do that. Alright, I think I'll bust out Tomati, and I've just realised that I've put me over the Tomati logo, but that's okay. I can move this bit, can I? Oh no. It's just a fixed window. Isn't that interesting? Alright, we'll push ahead. Alright, so the project, I think we'll do this project where it's kind of like YouTube, but you push up 3 videos that are supposed to all be in sync, and you can watch them on 3 monitors. I don't know how technically possible it is for us to synchronize it that far. I suspect if you have 3 windows open and they're all talking to the server, and maybe there's a constant connection there, and you can kind of just push and say, now we're doing this, now we're doing that. But yeah, we're a bit far off from that, but I guess what we'll do in this Pomodoro is define the project a little bit, since it's the start of the project. Okay, so I've got some docs for Create React App open. It looks like to be the React.js website. And so all we need is this command here. Let's paste that in. Let's call this project, I don't know, what are we going to call it? We could call it, to do with videos, lots of scenes, angle last. Alright, we'll go with that, angle last. Now, a better developer would know if this actually gets a fresh version of Create React App every time. Obviously, this command works the first time, but does it cache any of the versions of React? I'm going to guess it doesn't, and it does a good job of it because it works the first time. But yeah. Gee, I thought that this part would be a lot more entertaining. Well, here's me, hopefully, on full screen. I guess really could show you the desktop. But let's get rid of CBS. Gee, it's taking a while. This is probably a good time for me to just explain. I taught myself web development in high school. I started out doing like design in like Photoshop and Dreamweaver. And then I bought books on HTML and CSS and PHP. And then I sort of went to TAFE straight out of high school, and then wasn't really learning much because I just taught myself in year 11 and 12 what they were trying to teach you in TAFE. So after a year, I kind of dropped out of that and went and got a job as a web developer. Something's happening. And I can't believe we're just practicing the whole thing, and I just changed a bunch of OBS settings. So let's see what happens. Probably. We're done. Probably something I would say to you is don't be too afraid that we're starting with React if you only know HTML, because this probably will just be HTML and defining the website, defining the project maybe. This is a cool shortcut. Well, command code dot. Well, that's not going to work. It's not in the project. So what do we call it? Angle last. Now we can go code, blah, and that brings up a code editor. Just to show what that does, let's type in some of these commands. I can probably do it from inside. I probably should have pointed out that I'm using Visual Studio Code, I think it's called. Visual Studio Code. So go get that first, then you can type that code command in. So let's go npm start. We got this big animated logo. Yay. Before we go too far, let's set up a Bitbucket Git repository. Let's hope I can remember my Bitbucket password. Boom. I don't want that. These are my other taking over the world projects. Can we create a repository? Workspace Ashley project. Nah. Oh, do we have to select a project now? Repository. What are we going at? Angle last. Okay, create a new project. Angle last. And let's call this Angle last front end. And then I'm guessing if I go git status on branch, nothing to commit. So they're working tree clean. So we can just go and copy this command. And then this command. And then when we refresh this, we get the default project. Well done. Okay, let's go back to Code Studio. let's just show and work out how this is structured. So index.js renders app, and app has some stuff in it. And app.css has some stuff in it. Let's make some sort of layout out of what's here. So app.js, headers are cool, don't have a logo. Yeah, undo that last bit. Don't need a logo anymore. App header, and let's put the H1 there, and let's call this angle last. And let's put an article in, and H2, and say the coolest. I don't know how much I should talk here, so I'm probably talking too much, but the coolest video platform. We wondered what the world would be like if everyone had multiple screens available to them. Turns out they already do. Okay, what's our site look like now? Angle last, the coolest video platform. The CSS is kind of cool, but yeah, well, the coolest video platform. We wondered what it would be like if everyone had multiple screens available to them. Turns out they do. Turns out they already do. Turns out they already do. With that, content producers with inputs, cameras, desktop recorders, etc., publish multiple videos to be watched like one. Okay. So, what I don't like about app header is that it takes up the full screen. So if I go to app.css, we might keep that. We don't have a logo. We don't have the logo anymore. So App header, I guess we keep that. Yeah, let's kill that. Don't have the animation anymore. So this is what is putting it full on the screen. So let's make that 50 view units. Somewhat familiar with Flex, but not really. Let's do this another way as well. Let's do this as like 20 view units. And let's grab view units altogether as well. Let's just, if we do view units, it will display well on a desktop. It'll stay small, it'll sort of display small on a phone. Let's, okay, let's go with that. Alright, so they had some Flex stuff to send to this. I'm going to be less cool than that today. So dot app header. What can we do here? H1. You know what? I'm not going to pretend that I just learnt this in relearnt this in TAFE. Let's just look it up. Center align tricks. Center vertical align center. They want. Well, let's. I know they just had it in there working-ish, but let's try. Display Flex. How far does that get us? Not far enough. Do we have a height? We have a min height. Once we turn this into a height. There we go. So I need margin auto in the child, display flex at the top. I think that was a bit less than their CSS, but well. Didn't like the table set ones. Don't know why. There's another trick that's old and classic, but anyway. So we got 5 minutes left. We need a color scheme. That's what every cool project needs, color scheme. And colors, coolers.co, I think that's the one I like. Do we want green? Blue. Done a lot of blue stuff before. You'd be a little bit too much like Vimeo. This has got a real sort of classic retro look to it. You could launch it with that and then kind of tweak it back to one of these greens as it gets popular. So let's put these in here as a color scheme. Dark green. Orange. Yellow. It's olive, but it's sort of like light green. Green. That's how you go olive green. Okay. Do we want a dark background or a light? I think we get a really big brand boost if we change that. And already you've got a little bit of branding, and just got a couple of minutes left to go. Let's change the body color to something from our new color scheme. Maybe the yellow. Body. So that's going to override the white. But I think a light color should be here. So app header. So call this maybe, no, don't like IDs much. Last name, intro. Yeah, that'll do. let's be clever and do app and then intro. Background color. We need something really quite light. These are all pretty full colors. Lock. Okay, lock. Generate all that color for me. And that's it for the 25 minutes. I'm going to stop where I am because the coolest way to do Pomodoros is to immediately stop, and then when you start again, you compulsively start again where you left off and finish the sentence you were writing or finish the code loop you're in. So yeah, well, thanks for chatting. Thanks for doing this with me. I'll see you soon.